You from New Jersey?
I guess speaking of New Jersey, though, on election night, we are really burying the lead with all of the bullshit between Trump and between Trump and Biden, rather, because the real headline of the night was the state of New Jersey legalized it. Don't criticize. Legalized the weed in New Jersey. An epic moment in state history.
Baby.
Seriously, proudest moment in the state of New Jersey's history since we gave official landmark status to the Ruts Hut. A real proud day.
Yeah.
We want to thank legendary New Jersey potheads Jay and Silent Bob, Trey Anastasio and assorted members of Fish, Redman, Newark's own Redman, all for leading the way in New Jersey's fight for marijuana. I'm sure Danny DeVito gets high. Jon Stewart, I think he was the MacGyver smoker in Half-Baked. He's getting high. So in the legacy of many a great Jersey potheads, finally legal in the state.
Awesome. It's like after the election, it's like when you buy a handgun. They gave you like a 5-day grace period before they told you who won. And they said, and here's weed. Here's weed.
Yeah, seriously. That was a great way to celebrate. It's just like, Biden won, weed's legal, everybody go get stoned. Yeah.
Yeah.
But fuck yeah, man.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm buying stock in Wawa. Fuck that. Let's make some money on this deal. Wawa's and Krausers stock
Wawa,
going through the roof with this news. Jersey, as if pizza sales weren't high enough. Now we got fucking legal weed in Jersey?
Yeah.
Fucking A.
Dude, that's why I'm delivering pizza now.
Yeah, seriously. That's a great job to have. That's basically like the new
only
like
delivery
oil,
job you
like
don't
the
have to
oil
pick up
man
food
in
fast.
Jersey. Like what the oil rigger is in Texas is the pizza man in Jersey. Just
Dude, it's the only delivery job you don't have to take a piss test for.
That's true. Yeah, good call.
And everybody's happy to see you. They're always happy to see you when you pull up. Little kids come dancing to the door.
Oh, dude, you're
the
right.
People are happy.
You
It's
make
like
their
the best
night.
day
You're
ever.
fucking Santa Claus all year round working as the pizza guy. You fucking ring the door, the kids come
Yeah,
running.
yeah, it's
You're right,
awesome.
dude. You really are. And honestly, man, I worked as a pizza guy, Chinese food delivery guy, you name it, all over Jersey for many a years. Worked at Domino's Pizza specifically for like off and on close to 10 years from when I was like a 14-year-old kid. The first job I ever had actually was at Domino's into like well into my college days. But you're right, dude. Your whole job, and as well, but especially back in the day, whole job is driving around with your friends, smoking pot, like you said, making people's lives by showing up with within 30 minutes or it's free, so you're speeding all over the place. And fucking. But you're right, dude. A lot of laughs, great memories working as a pizza guy. One time I showed up to this place, and the people were so high that like we had a big laugh because, you know, it was like a bunch of older people in a backyard smoking weed, and we had like a big talk about how they were partying, and you know what I mean? I smoked too. I was in the car. And we had this great chat about everything, right? Then I get back into my car. I head back to the fucking restaurant, and I look into my seat, and I see that there was still the bags of Chinese food that I had delivered to this house were still in my car somehow. And I'm like, what? And this is before the days of cell phone. So I go to the restaurant, like all confused, like, did I have another delivery? Like, what are these bags in my car? And when I get into the restaurant, and they're like, what's going on? Like, the people have called back. You showed up and left. I just showed up so fucking stoned and had this great chat with these people about how they were stoned, and then just left without giving them the food. I just fucking walked back to my car, like, only in Jersey, and then just fucking drove back to the restaurant without giving them the food. And to fucking drive back, another great laugh. And like was the best part of their night was that I fucking forgot to give them their food because I was too high.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, just one
I
of
can
many
see how that
great
happens,
stories. But yeah, you're right though. From the state that brought you disco fries, as if people weren't getting high in Jersey. That's the one thing about legal weed. It's just like it's not like it was tough to get weed in Jersey. You know what I mean? Like we're not in fucking the middle of Alabama. Like we're not in the Bible Belt where you're getting fucking shaken down and it's not really readily available in fucking mass quantities, but maybe now Carlo's
Yeah,
Bakery
I got
can
a
be even more
prescription.
expensive. You you got a prescription?
Yeah, I had a prescription. I couldn't afford it. I couldn't afford a prescription. You got a doctor, then you got to pay the state. Then weed was expensive for shit off my kid. You know?
Okay, yeah, because it has been. So you actually, and you had a prescription in Jersey, because it has been really tough to
Yeah.
get. How was it real difficult to even get? I don't even know if anybody knew that had one.
Yeah, no, they're easy to get. I forgot what I even told them. I think I had anxiety or I forgot what it was. My wife got one too, but
Okay,
she could afford
interesting.
hers. I had to let mine go. I was like,
It's just real expensive, so you have to pay like a membership fee, or like in essence, you have to pay a fee, a licensing fee to get it, and then like a fee to be part of the state cannabis club, and then
Yep.
as well buy really expensive weed.
and then like you got to go to the doctor every couple of months. They want their cut.
Okay, it turns
Couple
into
$100. You know?
very interesting because
Everybody's in on the pinch.
yeah, and that's one of those things where it's just like, because like I'm saying, it's not like anybody that wants to get weed can't get it. So there's not this huge like rush or urgency
Right.
to get medicinal marijuana if you're already a New Jersey pothead. However, and then there has been just kind of this like myth that gets told to people like me that I just heard it's just really hard to get, and like you have to fucking have, you know, like a severe medical issue. They're not like, it's not like California where you can just show up and get one. And for fucking 90% of the lazy potheads like me, that's enough to just keep on going with my weed deal. You know what I mean? Like I'm not, it's like I can't fight it.
Absolutely.
And as well, that is like brings up a point. But what happens to like, I've had the
The only
same
reason-
like a weed dealer for the last 10 years. Like I'm not about to I'm not about to give the state the cut. You know what I mean? I'm not about to cut out my boy and turn over all my money to the state just because they legalized it. You know, it's like
Yeah,
you gotta support small business. You know, it's
But I had to get a prescription because I failed a piss test at work, and they were going to fire me. So I told them I said,
Oh,
you can't. I
genius.
said I have a prescription, which I didn't, and they go, yeah, they're like, no way, and I go, yep, and I went and got a prescription.
fuck yeah. That is one of those things, though,
Yeah.
for the, you know, legalize it movement. And in long sense, there's a lot of misconceptions already about it because, like, really what people want more than legalization is decriminalization, because we don't want to have to buy it through the state. We just don't want to have to get arrested for, you know what I mean, the state for having it and whatnot. We don't want the state to be able to penalize us for enjoying it. However, that doesn't mean we want to, like, exclusively have to fucking buy it through the state, pay taxes on it, join up for membership fees, fucking pay the doctors their goofy little cut, this other kind of, you know, all of the Jersey mob trickle-down money, all the shakedown money that the Sopranos, you know, Tony Soprano's getting his cut. Fucking metaphorically speaking, but
And I could just go, hey, son, get me a bag of weed. And it's not easy for me. So.
yeah, for sure. And I guess to kind of fight some of the shadiness, though, they have started a pretty cool kind of program where there is going to be like a social equity tax that is associated to marijuana, where like a lot of the money generated from marijuana sales are going to go to areas that are more heavily hit by other drug epidemics. So like let's say Camden and Newark and places that have like, you know, crazy heroin or crack problems or whatnot. A lot of the state funding that comes from the whole legalization of cannabis is going to go to help out drug facilities in like a high drug areas, which is a cool program. And there will be all sorts of, you know,
Maybe
great
they should-
allocation that
maybe
they
they should
can
just
do with
tax
the
the
money.
crack.
However, instead it will all go to the shady doctors that me and Rich are talking about.
Good. But just tax the crack.
Yeah, seriously. Let's just. Well, that's what they're doing in fucking Oregon, aren't they? Well, I guess no. Actually, in Oregon, they have kind of did what I was saying that people want. But in Oregon, you know that they've decriminalized all drugs, right? How fucking crazy is
Yeah, I
that?
know.
That might be a little too far, honestly. Like,
I don't know, man. I'm all for it, of course.
I'm all for taking a vacation to Oregon anyway, but I gotta live around these assholes. I don't want fucking. But no, I mean it will definitely. There is a lot to say, and it is a very interesting, political, philosophical, political move to try. And there is, black market drugs are a huge problem. The drug cartels in Mexico that run so much of the, especially hard drugs and fentanyl and heroin and cocaine, all of those drugs all of that money is like helping fund the destruction of Mexico by these cartels that have literally taken over huge areas of Mexico all through American drug money. And like there's a huge trickle down and huge ramification that could happen to the legalization of drugs like that, or at least the further decriminalization of drugs like that, can have a huge impact on, bigger issues. However, that's a far way to go in Patterson anyway, you know what I mean? But we'll stick with the legal weed in Jersey for now, all right?
I'm doing my part.
Yes. Rich is doing his part in the fight. That's true.
Go back to Jersey, you moron!